everybody, this is Modern Refugee. Just got home from working all day, and I wanted to do a quick video for you guys talking about one of the agricultural products that we grow here in Michigan, sort of like the video I did a couple weeks back on the wheat and the problems that we were having with the wheat because of the constant rains that we've been having. Well, those constant rains have been continuing. It's been an extremely wet summer here. The month of June, we didn't get hardly any rain, and then in July and now here in August, we have just been getting, every other day we've been getting these heavy rains, and it had a detrimental effect on the wheat harvest, and now it's having a detrimental effect on the dry beans. And I don't know if most people know this, but Michigan's huge with agriculture, and it's huge dry bean producing state, and our area in particular is a large producer of beans like navy beans and black beans. And with all the rain that we've been having, it's been drowning out the beans. Now beans, it's not like the wheat where you can still kind of leave the wheat go for a little bit, let it dry out a little bit, still get it off the field. If the beans if something happens in the middle of their life cycle, you know, it just kills them. They don't like bounce back from it. It's just one of those things. They're either good or they're not. And with all the rain and stuff we've been having, there's just a lot of fields that have water laying in them, and there's lots of fields that have beans that are basically just knocked right down and stunted. And then there's some areas in particular where the water laid and it just killed them. So there's these big brown patches in the field where there should be beans growing, and it's not happening. They're dead. It's a done deal. And there are some fields that are so bad that are just these brown patches have died, and they're just filled with weeds now. And again, it's just one of the things with the weather. You know, farming always depends on the weather to a certain extent, but we have just had so much rain here. And like I said, I've never seen a summer as wet as this one's been. It's just been terribly wet. But I know dry beans are a huge prepper staple. A lot of people will tell you, you know, put up dry beans. And we still have a lot of beans that are good, and we still have a lot of fields that are looking all right, but I am absolutely 100% positive that there's going to be a detrimental effect on the yields in these fields where they were flooded out. And talked to a couple of different people, and they pretty much all agree with me that the bean harvest is definitely going to be down this year compared to what it was in previous years, or what it normally is, because of this constant wet weather that we've been having. But anyway, I just wanted to take a few minutes to tell you guys about that. So dry beans, whether the price will go up this fall or not, that's probably yet to be determined. But if there's less beans out there and there's less yield, there's more demand, prices go up. That's just how it works, unfortunately. Nothing we can do about it. And the next crop that's coming up is going to be corn. With all this moisture and all this rain that we've been having, I'm curious how this is going to affect the corn. And corn is a little more resilient to rain and drought and stuff like that. But the corn, if it's really wet in the fall, like it's been pretty much all summer, if it's wet like that in the fall, it takes a lot more to dry that corn. So then, you know, there's more propane being used because the corn dryers run on either propane or natural gas. But in our area, it's generally propane that they run on. It's going to increase the cost to get that stuff to market. It could be on really wet years, they can't get the corn off until the ground freezes, or it gets really cold because they can't get in with the heavy equipment. So that's another thing that's a factor in getting some of these crops out. Sometimes you can have a really good crop, but then at harvest time, like with the wheat, you got problems with the weather, and then it causes issues getting that stuff in. But corn has to be dried, and for it to be, you know, basically stable so it can be taken to market. But the drier the fall is, the better it is for the corn. But we certainly haven't had a dry summer. But anyway, I'll throw a link in the description for that wheat video if you guys haven't seen that. But just kind of wanted to touch base here on what I've been seeing here with the dry beans, and just like with the wheat, it doesn't look too good. So just so you guys know about that, and you can plan accordingly. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. I hope you guys get a little information, a little entertainment out of this video here. Just showing, just telling you guys here what's happening locally for us. You guys take care.